exciting first half, and we're going to start the second half with when the slide starts with All Things Lucid. I have to think that's why we're so crowded here today, because of one guy. All Things Lucid. 6 years in the scene and just getting started. This Chicago indie rock band is made on more than just music. Miles Benjamin, programmer, Michael Kostal, an alumni, he has presented before, designer, Jeff Walensky, filmmaker, and Paul Guglias, audio engineer, come together for a common love of writing, performing, and living in the world of art and music. Collectively, they are called All Things Lucid. On their webpage, they promise to explain how to write a song.
Hello. Well, as was just mentioned, we are a local Chicago band. And quick introduction, Jeff Walensky, Paul Guglias, Michael Kostal, myself, Miles Benjamin. And tonight we are going to be explaining collectively and individually how we write a song. And FYI, we have broken it up into a very easy to remember acronym. Inspiration, organization, creation, realization, deconstruction, and then back around to inspiration.
The first step, inspiration. We're all inspired by many things in life, public figures, obviously Jimi Hendrix music and the music we love, books, Jimi Hendrix, yeah, artists we love, movies, TV, Gandhi. Inspiration comes in all sizes.
Yeah, inspiration really does come in all sizes, and you could be on public transit, on a train, and you could be inspired by simple conversations.
Or it could be the complete and utter destruction of that train, and the hundreds of people around you dying a horrible death. Yes. That brings me to Chicago. Chicago is a city full of inspiration. Such as the beautiful and long, beautiful weather that we have here, the trustworthy and selfless public leaders and servants that we have, and the utter feeling of feeling safe all the time.
And because of that, we all know what happens when the sun is shining just a little too bright. This is what happens to your inspiration.
I had a great childhood and couldn't write a song about that.
I won the lotto once. I couldn't write a song about that.
I didn't get evicted from my home, and I couldn't write a song about that.
And my woman hasn't left me, and that's what happened, nothing.
When we do write a song, we make sure to break down our time very carefully. A lot of hard work goes into writing songs. So you can see this pie graph here.
Absolutely. It's a very tedious process. And one of the most important things is the lyrics. We slave over original lyrics, creating that very unique way to connect to the listener and find that.
Don't put anything in our songs that didn't come straight from the heart.
And once those lyrics have been mastered and come to a complete stage, we move it into the musical stage, where we use the tools that we've worked years and years to earn, supporting our local music stores. And we use those tools to craft those lyrics and turn them into a song.
We all play multiple instruments, and we'll start songs on either guitar or piano or whatever, and after we practice as a band, we take it to the stage.
At that point, writing from the home environment, from the studio environment, into the stage becomes a completely different beast. We've had the privilege to have this as our writing ground for the past 6 years. It evolves completely different. You have the audience interaction, you have what happens after the show and everything else, and it really just becomes a different beast all on its own.
Yes, playing live matures our songs very much, and once they reach a certain level of maturity, they're ready to take it into the studio and put on a record. And being in the studio is a lot of fun.
Well, Paul, you are right. Being in the studio is a lot of fun. But I'll tell you this, it is not, and I repeat, being in the studio, it is not all fun and games. In the studio, there's a lot of mind games. Each band member wants a song to go a different way. You want it to go this way. and then the other band member wants to take it that way. Either way, we're going to come up with a product that we're going to be happy to put our name on in the end.
Yeah, over the years we've released several albums, starting with 2005, Story of a Careless Man. We've gone through several phases, folk, country, indie, experimental, and this August we'll be releasing another one that incorporates all of that.
Yeah, you can really hear our individual talents in our final products. We all have pretty unique day jobs.
Jeff here is a filmmaker, an award-winning filmmaker, I might add. I myself run a local record label and production company. Paul here is an audio engineer for his studio, and Kostal's the designer you may have seen at the recent Cut and Paste tournament.
We've used all our individual talents to create a short film, which is actually available for free over there on the counter. Please pick one up. It was a collective effort by the band. It shows the fun side of the band. Although we do have our individual talents, we also have our own, we do work together as a band, but we also have our own individual philosophies.
I say my philosophy on songwriting is more literary. I think of songs as stories and then use the music to really bring the story to life. And I read a lot and write a lot, so that's what really inspires me to write.
Well, not only am I inspired by scenery such as this, but the occasional whiskey bottle or 40 will lead me into stumbling into the record button, which the next day I find those pieces, pick them up, and turn them into a song. A lot of times then it's recomposition, tweaking a couple lyrics, and figuring out the words that I was stumbling over.
Yeah, and I go by Kostal in the band because first there were 2 mics in the band, now there aren't. But anyway, I like to write a song. Sometimes it's in a day, sometimes it's over 6 months. More often it's that way, and it kicks around. My favorite part is in the realization phase, when you either bring it to the band or you bring it to the studio.
My songwriting starts first and foremost with Scientology. Scientology, after a quick auditing and cleansing session and building a clay table, I sit down at the piano and I bang the songs out of my head and I bring them to the band, and the band makes them more complete, and that's the best part.
So at the end of the day, when everybody has come forth with the song, whoever brings it to the table, whether it's brought on drums or piano or guitar, or however it is, we lucify the songs, we all put our own individual fingerprints on them, and collectively we write a song as a band.
Thank you so much for listening.
We're playing a set right after the last presenter, so stay around, get drunk, and listen to us play, please. Bye-bye.
Make sure to grab on those DVDs, that's free.
Guys, you know, this is a serious event. You know, if anybody wants their money back, maybe All Things Lucid shouldn't be giving those DVDs away. They should be selling them, and then you could pay everybody for the disappointment of them. They've left some very useful notes up here. It says here, Peter thanks All Things Lucid. Thank you. And reminds audience that they'll play a short set, hopefully. Emphasis on short there. At the end of the evening. So make a run for it, alright, when the last week. No, I'm going to stay for All Things Lucid. I know that you all thought that was extremely amusing, and in the Pecha Kucha spirit, it was more funny than I am, right? So All Things Lucid, huge hand, that was fantastic. And maybe 5 minutes, which probably means 10 or 15 or 20 minutes in the world of Peter Exley after the end of Pecha Kucha. They're going to play for another half hour. You can drink and do whatever you guys do with rock bands.